always good, like when we have something that's bipartisan, to point it out, because it happens so little around here anymore. But rather than giving like a really big, long speech, I feel like I could just use this, and this will tell you that I think it's good, right? So like that's a fist, American flag, fire. So I'll just, from now on, when we do things where like we agree, I'll just hold this up rather than giving like a really big, long speech. So job well done, guys.
Would the gentleman yield?
Sure, I'll yield.
But I'm not sure everybody recognizes the reference there. Would you explain where that comes from?
Yeah, so this is how when we're in like a chat with friends, right, where we're like having a casual chat about like where we're dropping missiles.
Are you talking about a public chat room?
Yeah, but like, and with friends, and we're just like, hamming about who we're gonna bomb and all of that. But we agree, we fist American flag fire. So I'm holding this up. I think we could just keep the committee shorter if like when we agree, we just hold this up.
No, I think you're supposed to have the flexed arm instead of the fist.
No, it was just, it was just the fist. What signal chat are you in?
I
was on Twitter.
If the gentleman would yield for an additional question,
Sure.
But what happens if there are reporters who might be there for that?
Well, hopefully they support America and that it's fire.
So you're telling me we can't have a bipartisan conversation among members of the committee without a journalist being there?
Well, we can, but if you don't add them, if you don't want them to know.
And what if they just happen to show up somehow?
Well, that's because somebody added them.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to In Time. My name is Nicholas Lamar Suter, and today we have to address a bit of an oversight that we had made over the weekend. We are going to have a show later today, Xandring and myself. Hopefully today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Xandring's been a little busy, but we've got a lot of things that we do need to cover. Marco Rubio just a short while ago announced that, last night in a successful counterterrorism operation with our allies, we have transferred 17 violent criminals out of the country, rapists and murderers, apparently. We've also discovered that in the samples for the gang tattoos that were used for the first group, it turns out, first of all, some of the tattoos that verified that they were members of a criminal organization were like the Rolex symbol and stuff like that. And in a couple of cases, it appears like they just went to Instagram. I mean, the Department of Justice went to Instagram, stole a whole bunch of like tattoo images, which I think is copyright infringement, and then gave them to reporters and said, this is what these guys had, which does not strike me as due process. I am not a lawyer. We will get into that tonight. But we're learning more about, I mean, literally the Department of Justice is so desperate to actually come up with evidence against these guys that they are stealing it off of Instagram. That's terrifying. Even their AI writers cannot write like fake dossiers. They have to steal it from Instagram. Okay, we'll get there. The other thing we're going to cover, we got a lot we got to cover tonight. Trump told NBC that there are plans for him to have a third term. Now, this is through a purported loophole. I've been through this loophole before. It was suggested that Obama used this loophole to run for a third plan. It's purported that he said we don't do end runs around the Constitution and refused. If Trump goes for a third term, I think, frankly, Obama should, and game on. But at any rate, we're going to talk about that loophole. I know it well. A lot of constitutional experts say that it is not really tenable. First of all, the number of things that aren't tenable that this administration has done is quite staggering. Second of all, as somebody who has a BA in philosophy, understands formal logic, and has spent most of his life steeped in the presence of lawyers, it looks tenable to me, I've got to tell you. I don't think it was meant to be tenable, but just based on the language. But so why are we here? We're here because of the counter protests that we failed to cover, and we try to. I mean, we are liberal. We try to be as neutral as possible. However, and there was some counter protests to the March 29th protests on Saturday. So let's discuss those protests on Saturday. On Saturday, a number of protesters for I did forget. Well, we'll go from there. A number of protesters against DOGE and Tesla have been. This had been planned for quite some time. There are 271 Tesla dealerships in the United States, and over 260 had protesters between 50 and 200 across the country. So quite breadth. None of them were like these huge, massive. None of them got over 200, but at a single dealership, that's actually quite a lot of people. And the protests were very successful. There was, that I'm aware of, no violence at any of the protests. There was violence outside of some of those protest areas. A couple of Teslas were defaced. We've seen some Teslas with swastikas painted on them. I'll be honest, I don't know if that's vandalism or if the driver just said, hey, it's time to come clean. I don't know. But at any rate, there were counter-protesters that we forgot to include. So let's discuss the counter-protests right now. This is the Join Tesla Shield, Stand Up Against Economic and Domestic Terror, March 29th. Time for now. This group called Tesla Shield decided to, rather than go to every dealership where there was going to be a protest and counter-protest there, which I think was smart, lowered the chances of violence. You didn't have two groups of protesters. They decided to hold a single protest and go for just very large numbers to try to attract and pull from the again, over 260 protests between about 50 and 200 in size. So Tesla Shield organized their counter-protest, the right to thrive without fear of economic sabotage. And we did not cover that. So we do apologize. That was brought to my attention. I contacted our producer, Dave, and we decided to get on that. So let's see if we can cover that. And then, like I said, tonight we'll do a full regular show, but this was just, we had to do a quickie just to put this in here. So let me, there we go. Yeah. All right. So the counter protest against the, apologies. Hold on a sec. No. That is okay. I'm sorry. My bad. That is, that was footage. All right. So that was a protest yesterday in Istanbul, Turkey, against President Erdogan, who has arrested the mayor of Istanbul. My bad. Arrested the mayor of Istanbul, who was his main the main leader of the opposition to him, arrested the mayor, and that was the protest against Erdogan last night. The protests have been growing. We have on our Discord, go join the Discord. You can see, first of all, the footage of the gang tattoos I was talking about, the stories we're going to be talking about later tonight, and the increasing protests in Turkey. My apologies. So now Let's see, Tesla Shield. There it is. Okay, so let's see if I've got this queued correctly. The protest against these are the counter protests to the Tesla protests of the 29th.
You're gonna want to walk along the line and get the whole crew.
So can you guys get just a little closer together?
Sure.
And can you just tell me why you decided to come out and support this today?
Because we support DOGE, we support Trump, we support Vance, we support Elon, we support America.
Oh, very good. Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
All right, and once again, that was the counter protest to the 260 plus protests nationwide on Saturday, March 29th. Dave, for future reference, get your cat out of the. Dear Lord, just keep your mic. Oh, the cat was in the cat was in the video. Okay, which side was the cat on? Out of curiosity. Oh, the cat was with the protesters. Are you sure about that? Yeah. Okay. Well, we don't count the cat. No, we're not counting the cat, Dave. Dave, the cat doesn't. There were 3 protesters. Dave, if we count the cat, you realize you've increased the number of protesters by 33%. I mean, that's a huge increase in number of protesters if you count the cat. No, it's an increase of 33%. It's not 25. No. It's 25% of the whole once the cat's it, but it's an increase of 30. Dave, I'm not doing math right now. We're in a live show. Okay, just unmute me, and we'll finish the. You didn't mute me. Okay, delete the buffer. Go back, dump out of the buffer, and we'll. The 30-second buffer you're supposed. This is. So all this is live. We're having some technical difficulties here at In Time, if you'll excuse us for a minute. Dave, I'd like a staff meeting today after the show, immediately after the show. And if you could make sure you're present, I'd really appreciate it. Oh no, it's got nothing to do with you. No, this has been a delightful show. Everything's going great. No, it's about the staff lounge. Just make sure you're there. No, there was no sarcasm in that. No. I'm never sarcastic. Oh dear. All right. So I guess now instead of saying 3, we have to. Okay, so we're going to have to watch this again, because now we're counting the cat to figure out how many protests. Thank you, Dave. I don't. Be at the meeting.
Oh!
You're gonna want to walk along the line and get the whole crew.
So can you guys get just a little closer together?
Sure.
And can you just tell me why you decided to come out and support this today?
Because we support DOGE, we support Trump, we support Vance, we support Elon, we support America.
Oh, very good. Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Tesla Shield counter protest to the protest against Doge and Elon Musk, consisting of 3 people and a very highly opinionated feline. It's been pointed out that the original protests included a broad spectrum of people, trans, cis, male, female, and even on both sides of the political aisle. However, Musk has pointed out that the counter-protesters have not only succeeded in bridging various social and political gaps within our culture, but has even what's the word I'm looking for? Has crossed species and included felines, canines, and dolphins. Dolphins, Dave? Really? There aren't any fish in that video. Dolphin's a mammal. Dave, be at the meeting. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to covering something later today. Dave? Yeah, when I hold up my hand like this, it means you can go to credits. Dave, I swear to God. All right, listen, Dave. Dave, as soon as this show's over.
So this is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause.